we've got a lot going on today. I'm going to share with you what we ate this week. We got lots of noisy kids in the background. I'm going to share with you what we ate this week. We had some Zuppa Toscana. We also had some chicken noodle soup, some chicken salad sandwiches. I made some bread. We made short ribs. These were beef short ribs, plain and simple, but I'm going to show you how we did it, and they turned out really tender and really delicious. So stay tuned and see what we ate this week. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm making Zuppa Toscana, but it's dairy-free. If you are a dairy-free nursing mom, you have to be dairy-free for your autoimmune disease. I also had to be dairy-free for my babies that were nursing. This is the recipe for you. This is what you want to try out. Check it out, it's so good. I started out with some mild sausage in there. I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of lard because I'm making it dairy-free, and then I'm chopping up some onion right now to put in it. So I'm gonna keep showing you guys the ingredients as I add them. All right, we're cooking up this sausage and these onions together, and I'm just letting it cook for a minute. I want it to brown, caramelize a little bit, with some flavor in there. All right, I added 3 cloves of garlic. I didn't show them chopped up or anything. It's pretty basic. Y'all know what garlic is. Now I'm gonna chop up a bunch of potatoes, and I'm gonna throw the potatoes in there, and then we're gonna throw in chicken broth and coconut cream and all kinds of good stuff. Okay, so I cubed those potatoes up pretty small. I didn't dice them extremely small, but they're about the same size as the chunks of meat. So we've got a whole onion, 3 garlic cloves, about 6 medium-sized potatoes. I might throw some more in there just to stretch it a little further. Then we have a pound of sausage. I think I said the 3 garlic cloves. So yeah, we're well on our way to delicious soup. I'm gonna go find the rest of the ingredients. I think I am gonna add this coconut cream to make it creamy. And then we will do this kale, the chicken broth, and then over here I have another, it says to add 8 cups, so I'm like, do I add 8 cups or do I go ahead and add a whole nother thing? So this is the only pint of broth I have, so we might just go with this, but I'm feeling like it might need to be more broth. Let's see. I need to turn this back on. I'm gonna turn it back on saute because we got to get the cooking fast. All right, let's see. Somebody said, oh, you can do it like this. I said, oh. And I said, oh, it don't work on this can. You gotta do it like this on this can. It's funny like that. Rich and creamy coconut. I'm gonna use a spoon for this. Bust these open. We'll add some kale into here. I think I am going to need the next cup of broth. I should have shook these up before I added them because all the... So we're just going to add a little bit of water because I don't have a ladle. All the good nutrients from that broth. That is bone broth, and so it has sediment in it, and the sediment is a lot of calcium and bone marrow and some really good stuff in there. I'm not using my tripod, if y'all are wondering, why aren't you using your tripod? Because my baby's asleep and I left it in there. So I'm not gonna wake the baby. So we're gonna do just a little bit of salt, sea salt in there, not sea salt, Redmond's real salt. And then I'm going to grind this, but because I don't have my tripod, I'm just gonna grind it and pretend like y'all saw me, okay? Okay, so it called for 3 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper. So ground some fresh pepper in there, and then now we're just gonna let this cook. I'm gonna put it on pressure cook for about, I don't know, 5 minutes just to cook those potatoes through, and then it's just gonna simmer until the family gets home. I'll show you what it looks like dished up. I really don't know how long to pressure cook this for. I probably shouldn't even be pressure cooking it, but I did soup 5 minutes, and then when it's done, like I said, we will just simmer it and it'll be good. All right, this is ready to go. The kids just walked in the door, and this is dairy free in case I want to eat some of it, but they can add some cheese to it. This is some, let's see, what cheese is this? Oh, I can't see. The label's folded over. But I got it from Azure, and they love it. Aaron loves it. I wish I could love it, but I haven't tried it because I've been dairy free for a few months now. So let's see. Got this. Hi, baby. Serve it up. Right, this is how the kids are having their soup. They also have the option of Parmigiano Romano. None of them chose that, so they all have this kind of cheese on it. And yeah, it's turned out really good. It's delicious.
Stuff on your face. Like the texture, feels like it. Could you say thank you, Mama? Say thank you, Mama. Say thank you. That's broth. He's like, but she's gonna have a mustache at the end of it.
That's really good.
Oh, meat.
He's hungry.
You got some meat.
No bib, no problem. All right, we're gonna get these beef short ribs going. Aaron's looking up a recipe because we don't know what we're doing. Or maybe we do know what we're doing, and if we just winged it, it would be fine, but now we're under the scrutiny of somebody else's recipe. Beef broth, got that. Worcestershire, garlic, onion, rosemary, all that stuff. Okay.
Is that what you got?
Yep, I just need a, and then what is it? See, I gotta read the method. All right, salt and pepper.
Season the short ribs with salt and pepper. Heat a large skillet over high heat. Sear the short ribs on each of the 4 sides for about 60 seconds per side.
Okay.
Pour the beef broth, Worcestershire sauce, garlic powder, and onion powder in a slow cooker and stir together. Place the short ribs into the liquid in the slow cooker.
Okay, sounds good. A slow cooker, we're going to be adding some Worcestershire sauce, some beef bone broth that we've cooked up, as well as some granulated onion and some garlic powder. We're going to mix it all in there. So 3 cups of broth.
Milk? Give me this. Give me this. Give me this.
I'm actually going to do this on high because I got a late start. So we'll see if high does it. I'll have Aaron, if I run into town, he'll turn it down to low in a little while, in like an hour or 2. We'll see how this does. Okay, I've deglazed this pan, and that just means that I've scraped up all of the brown bits and all of the yummy cooked bits of the meat, and we're just going to take that over here. And once I get it, there we go. All right, these are the short ribs. I didn't put any, should we salt these? Have you tasted the meat?
You need to salt them for sure.
Very tender. Delicious. They need a little bit of salt after the fact. You could throw a barbecue sauce or whatever you want to on them. Rue barbecue sauce on my channel is delicious. But we're just gonna have them like this and with some salt seasoning because that's how we're gonna do it. And we also have Aaron's made his famous smashed taters. So the kids are getting those, and we're gonna make some gravy with all of that. This is green washed garbage. If you're still using deodorant with seed oils and crap in it, that's what you do with it. That's what you do with it. You throw it in the trash, then you go to the store and you get yourself some of that. All right, so this is a small in between large 1 monthly grocery hauls. Sometimes I send Aaron to the store once a week to pick up these items. Today I went and we just went and got some fresh fruit for the rest of the week. We also have frozen fruit, lots of frozen fruit for smoothies. So we grabbed 2 of these easy peel mandarin bags. The kids broke into them just now, so they have lots of oranges in them. So we went ahead and got 2 of those. Those will last us a few days, maybe through next week if we're lucky. 2 big bunches of bananas. We've all been eating bananas, so we go through about 2 big bunches a week. We still have some left over from last week that we're using up in sheet pancakes and in smoothies. But went ahead and grabbed some more. We got a honeydew, cantaloupe. We love melons. Pomegranates. These are a seasonal favorite item of ours, so I'll crack one open and we'll all share it. And then we'll have the whole one another time. Back here we've got some almond milk, unsweetened, and some vanilla almond milk. This is for coffees, and this is for cooking some things. And then over here we have grass-fed whole milk. We don't have a cow to get fresh raw milk from right now. The cow's dried up. So hopefully in the spring we get some more milk. We'll see. And then over here we got a pack of baby spinach. I use this in our quiche. We make a lot of crustless quiche around here. I put a lot of cheese and a lot of spinach in it for the kids and milk. And then, I don't know if I said it, but we grabbed some more butter. This is to go into the freezer. We order butter from Azure, but we've been burning through that, so I just grabbed some extra backup. And we also have a stockpile in the fridge, but I just like to add to it because we go through probably a pound of butter a week. The kids put it on everything. It's so good for us. Aaron cooks with it a lot. Then back here we got 4 18 packs of eggs. We eat probably a dozen to a dozen eggs a day, just about, on average. So sometimes more, sometimes less. Wish we still had our chickens, but we don't. But that's okay. One day we'll have some more. In the meantime, we'll just keep buying eggs from the store. This was also a gift Christmas shopping run. So I got a bunch of stuff in there for Christmas. But this is the food I got to get us through this week. We have all kinds of food. We've got broth and grains and fruit and veggies and things and potatoes and all kinds of stuff. So those items we didn't need from the store because we are fully stocked on that kind of food. So really, we just need fresh, refrigerated items. Okay, so I dropped all 4 dozen of my eggs when I was walking out to the garage. And so some, not all, but some of most of them have broken. So we're gonna save the eggs. We're not gonna throw them all away just because they got broken. We're gonna save them, crack them into a jar, and then we're going to be using them. I need to wash. So yeah, we're just gonna put them into this mason jar just like this. It's not a big deal. I was freaking out because I felt like I dropped a bunch of them and broke them all, and I didn't break them all. I had this bag and the handle broke and the whole bag fell sideways, crushing a lot of eggs. So 18 eggs maybe. So there's maybe I lost 24 eggs. That's probably 24 eggs between those two, maybe. Anyways, 42. So I got 42 eggs still intact out of 4 18 packs. So Tomorrow we're gonna make a quiche or scrambled eggs or something, and then I'll use this one to meal prep tomorrow also, but for tonight they're gonna go in the freezer. Just know, when your eggs crash on the ground, you can open them up and you can crack them into a jar if they're all cracked, and you can salvage your eggs. Just use them up in the next couple days, or you can freeze dry them, or you can stick them in the freezer in little ice cube trays, whatever you do. But I'm just gonna leave them in these jars, these quart jars for tonight. And I'm gonna clean up this mess because I have egg whites and stuff. This is on my way out to the garage. That's the garage door. I was taking everything out to the refrigerator when disaster struck. Thankfully they didn't explode everywhere. Whew. All right, so we're getting this chicken going, and I'm late. I should have started it hours ago, but I got sidetracked and sidetracked again. So we're gonna throw some bay leaves in there. That's a bunch. That's probably too many. It'll make it yummy. And then we're also gonna throw some peppercorns in there, just to make yummy broth. Those are things I can strain out of here. And then I'm gonna put maybe a little bit of salt in here. But we're gonna bring this over here to our Instant Pot pressure cooker. And I always unplug my Instant Pots. I'm always making sure that things aren't plugged in. Oops. We're gonna do poultry. I'm gonna put this in there for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna let it slow cook. So I put it in there for 15 minutes just to bring it up to pressure and to get it cooking and to get it going. I'm also gonna add an onion in here, so I'll show you everything before I put the lid on, but it's gonna go ahead and start getting this going. I'm gonna throw probably these garlics in there, some celery from my freeze dryer. If you all are interested in a freeze dryer, check down below in my video's description. I've got a link for you and a $50 off code. And it's amazing because I'm never out of celery. Things like this, things that I can just add to my soups and stews, and I don't have to worry about having it in the refrigerator, because if you are like me, my celery will sit in there and sometimes and it doesn't get used. So this is the best way I've found to use up my celery, is just to go ahead and freeze dry it, and then I have it, and I've got a couple of jars of celery. It's amazing. It's actually a good snack too. It's salty. Celery has a lot of salt in it, and the kids like to munch on it like a little snack, just a few pieces, and they really enjoy it. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna dump some of those in there, and then we're gonna put an onion in there, and this is just gonna go to town, and then we'll take the chicken out, and we will take all the meat off of that and throw the carcass back in there and make bone broth or meat broth again. And then after that, what we do is we will can it. Yes. We'll can it and we'll make rice. So the first batch tonight with the meat broth, I will make rice. And then I will make another batch that will go for 24 to 48 hours or longer. And that will be my bone broth that I will mash everything up. And that is what I will can for rice dinners and easy dinner nights and things like that. It's all done. I'm gonna take this out of the Instant Pot now and put it on on my dish, my glass dish right here. We're gonna let it cool off for a little bit so I can handle it better, and then we're going to take all the meat off the bones. And I'll probably make some rice in the meantime so that dinner's ready when the kids get home, because we have their Christmas program tonight. And so we'll have dinner ready. Maybe I'll make it like a rice casserole, chicken casserole. We'll see. This is the perpetual broth. It's been going since I put the chicken carcass back in there. I've been drinking it by the cupful because I gotta get my gut back. So this is really good for gut health and helps coat the lining of your intestines. And I'm also taking probiotics first thing in the morning when I wake up before I eat anything. And then after those go through my system, I'm drinking broth. Well, I'm taking probiotics with lots of water, then drinking broth, and then waiting until I have my coffee for as long as I possibly can. And yeah, see how that's working out. So this is going to get strained out, and then I'm going to put it in some cans or in some jars. I'm not going to can it because we're going to be using this week. We'll use it for soups because it's freezing outside, and we'll drink on it, and we'll make rice and keep doing what we do. Today we made a chicken noodle soup with carrots, onions, and seasonings, and it was really tasty. So that's what the kids had for lunch today. And I'm getting ready to drink another cup of this. Okay, and this is the chicken soup that we made for lunch today. It was real simple. It was just diced onions, diced carrots, the chicken diced up with salt and pepper, and it was very tasty. Of course, the broth has a bunch of other ingredients in it that simmers with it, but this was good. Everybody in the family actually ate it, so when that happens, you know it's good.
What?
All right, so I didn't show you guys actually deboning the chicken and all that stuff, but this is the chicken. This is some rice that we made. This has been in the refrigerator, but that night we had rice and broccoli and chicken, and then tonight Aaron is going to make the kids chicken salad sandwiches.
World famous chicken salad.
World famous chicken salad sandwiches with the homemade bread that I just made. And then back here are some cookies that we also made, and stay tuned for that. I'm gonna link that down below the video, the cookie shebang.
As long as you don't goaltend it or touch the person.
All right, click subscribe because this is what we are getting out for this upcoming week. I don't know what all I'm going to include in my meals of the week this coming week. But for starters, I just ran out to my freezer and grabbed these 2 batches of chicken drumsticks. I grabbed a thing of grass-fed meat. It looks like it's leaking, or something's messy in there. I grabbed some beef snip. Actually, these are game jalapeno sticks. I'm not sure what kind of meat that is. Either elk or deer. From our buddy Clint gave those to us. Probably elk, I'm not sure. And then we've got some sausage. And that'll get us going for the beginning part of the week. And we'll see what else we get into.